Hi YouTubers, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood reviewer Evelyn. This video is going to be a little more of a reaction video slash little bit explainer into another anime called FullmetalAlchemist. I'm going to be very honest, I don't know the deep lore about it. I know the important points which really got to me personally. Let's say if this video is for people that don't really know, maybe might, when they see the reaction work to certain clips, might be enticed to look on it, but I think it's great to revisit some of these key clips that the series has to offer. So FullmetalAlchemist takes place in the fictional country of Amatris, in a world where alchemy is one of the most practiced sciences, and alchemists who work for the government are known as state alchemists and are automatically given the rank of major in the military. So alchemists have the ability, with the help of patterns called transmutation circles, to create anything that they desire. However, when they do so, they must provide something of equal value in accordance with the law of equivalent exchange. Apparently, there are only things alchemists are forbidden from transmuting are humans and gold. And there's never been at the time of reading this plot, there's never been a successful human transmutation, and those who attempt it lose part of their body, and the result, an inhuman mass arises. Apparently, amputees are confronted by Truth, which is like a parasite, semi-cerebral, godlike being who totally regulates alchemy use. So the plot is about two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, who live with their mother Tricia, and their father is Van Hohenheim. So essentially the father is, to the brothers, especially the older one, Edward, the father's like a deadbeat. He goes off and he never comes back. And their mother dies, and both boys have the power of alchemy. So of course, as young boys that look no older than 8, which I'll show the photos here, they're desperate to have the parents back, which is their mother. Of course, I have no idea what their father is. So both boys go and enact they study alchemy and they try human transmutation, but it goes horribly wrong. That poor Edward has to sacrifice his leg, and then Alphonse his entire body, and Edward has no other choice but to seal Alphonse's body in a metal suit. And when he does that, Edward has to exchange his other arm. So both brothers are left deeply scarred and traumatized, while the younger brother Alphonse is stuck in a metal suit, and Edward has to have, a metal prosthesis. Because this world, of course, it looks very, techno, steampunk, that kind of aesthetic if you want to go about it. And Edward has prosthetics done by a friend. Well, I forgot what the friend's name was, with that girl with the long blonde hair, and the old grandma goes and helps Edward with the prosthesis. So the whole premise of the series is essentially just for Edward to go and get Alphonse's body back. So the scene we're going to react to is like the FullmetalAlchemist Brotherhood, in which they're defeating the ultimate bad guy, and then Alphonse, in a leap of faith, goes and sacrifices his soul to bring back Edward's arm, in which Edward is trapped with his good arm with some daggers, and Edward is seeing Alphonse sacrificing himself. And of course, as the older brother he is, he's horrified to see the last bit of his brother potentially go off and never see his brother again. So let's react to that clip. Okay, that's a 2-minute clip there. There's so many emotions there. Only people that truly have brothers and sisters and the eldest, they truly know what it means to be the third parent at times. To see that essentially, your younger sibling that you kind of blame yourself for, I guess you can't blame this series, like 2 children And ultimately these children had to grow up quickly and find out the real meaning of life, and sometimes you can't really get back things again, and you have to, you know, find the strength to move on. So ultimately Edward goes and does, he in his grief and agony, and all the people around, including his father who's there, he's trying to figure out how to save Alphonse. And of course the idea comes to him to do his last human transmutation, and the scene we'll see here is the realization of what, you know, what it means to the law of give and exchange, and sometimes you have to sacrifice one thing to gain something else. So this is Edward's response to saving Alphonse.
だがどうやって人間一人を引っ張り出す？バイオ？お前の肉体を差し
It's like Edward has the answer there already.
代価ならここにあるだろう。でけえのがよ。
And this is the part where Edward sacrifices basically his magic, his gate of truth. And this god type being, you know, the gods, essentially they have the answers there, and of course for the timeline continuing they don't reveal everything, and Edward kind of solves the issue all along.
しかしいいのか？真理の扉を失えば二度と錬金術を使えなくなるぞ。そうだな。確かにこの扉の向こうには錬金術の全てがある。おかげで踊らされた。真理とかいうものを見せられて錬金術で全てを解決できると思う。だけどそれは間違いだ。ただの
And we can also hear Edward refers back to, I remember seeing that episode, the initial thing, first, you know, FullmetalAlchemist, the first series, in which Edward and Alphonse find a girl that gets turned into a creature, chimera, from her own father, and that Edward and Alphonse, looking at the disgust of humanity, their own father is experimenting on their children. He refers back to that because he sees essentially the series is looking at humanity and power and understanding life a little bit.
それがなくても錬金術はなくてもみんながいるって正解だ錬金術師お前は俺に勝った持っていけ正解を
Shivers and joys. And his brother there, like his brother had faith, Alphonse had faith in Edward, that he would find a way to save him. Looks so skinny! And this bit I never understood. How could he survive Alphonse or being human again? So that's the end. That's the end there, basically. You know, just my reactions to it. I think a lot of young people need to see about family. What does family actually mean? And a lot of these series are an analogy for life. Two young boys that were abandoned by their father and suffered bereavement of their mother, and had nothing else to turn to, so they were desperate. So, and these two brothers had to grow up to learn the real value of life and what it means to be alive, what it means to have humanity, and sometimes you can't make sense out of nonsense. But anyway, that's the end of this video. You guys let me know, do you like, to any fans, anybody that likes this series, does it have the same sort of emotions when you see these clips again, that you understand the real message of the series? So as I leave you always, big thank you to anybody that's made it to the end, and to any new viewers, I really appreciate it if you can subscribe, like, maybe share, I don't know, and leave any comments on how we can make this channel better. And as I leave you always, bye.